Hello. Can you hear me? As Soup says, I need to be heard. I've been dinking around with my audio stuff. And trying to find a happy medium. You like twice. Thank you, Cash. I guess. Appreciate that. Make sure you're on all or top. Get off of top chat. What is it? All or live chat? Yeah. Hello. Steph B. How do I sound? Do I sound okay? Am I echoey? Am I weird? Anyone? Okay, I'm going to play my intro. And basically, we're going to talk about until it happens to you. Yeah. I sound good? Oh, thanks, Opeko. I am weird. No, the sound is fine. That's all I need. Hey, Zen. How are you? We're going to talk about the boy who cried wolf, how the message gets lost in a messenger, and some other things that might be slowly killing us without us really knowing. And then, of course, I have a little bit of a weird shit that Grandma talks about. I know you love those. So bear with me just a moment. We're going to get this, let some people come in, and just waiting for the cats on my intro video because that's my favorite part. Hi, so happy to see everybody. Excuse me. Yes, of course, it doesn't show here, but that is the Cash Rabbit Raisin. And the fridge art. Yes, honey. The fridge art. Grandma wearing her turkey hat. I love that one. Okay, so anybody ever heard of Aesop's Fables? The Boy Who Cried Wolf. Anyone? Put a 1 in the chat if you've heard about that. Just kidding. You know I hate that. Okay, so I'm just gonna run it over. Sorry. Let me revert back to my English Earth language. Okay, so The Boy Who Cried Wolf. Here it is, in case you don't know. Cash, stop it. You do too. There once was a shepherd boy who was bored as he sat on the hillside watching the village sheep. To amuse himself, he took a great breath and sang out, "Wolf! Wolf! The wolf is chasing the sheep!" And the villagers came running up the hill to help the boy drive the wolf away. But when they arrived at the top of the hill, they found no wolf. The boy laughed at the sight of their angry faces. "Don't cry wolf, shepherd boy," said the villagers, "when there's no wolf," and they went grumbling back down the hill. Later, the boy sang out again, "Wolf! Wolf! The wolf is chasing the sheep!" To his naughty delight, he watched the villagers run up the hill and help him drive the wolf away. When the villagers saw no wolf, they sternly said, "Save your frightened song for when there is really something wrong. Don't cry wolf when there is no wolf." But the boy just grinned and watched them go grumbling down the hill once more. Later, he saw a real wolf prowling about his flock. Alarmed, he leapt to his feet and sang out as loudly as he could, "Wolf! Wolf!" But the villagers thought he was trying to fool them again, so they didn't come. At sunset, everyone wondered why the shepherd boy hadn't returned to the village with their sheep. They went up the hill to find the boy, and they found him weeping. There really was a wolf here. The flock is scattered. I cried out, 'Wolf, wolf, why didn't you come?'" An old man tried to comfort the boy as they walked back to the village. "We'll help you look for the lost sheep in the morning," he said, putting his arm around the youth. "Nobody believes a liar, even when they're telling the truth." Boom. Truth bomb. So that's one of the things that I want to talk about today. Hey, Rockabit. Hi, honey. Hi, it's ironic. There is a wolf. Sometimes they're in sheep's clothing. Okay. So the whole, I don't know, psychology and philosophy and all this other stuff, kind of study that. Hey, Just Irish. They call it a number of disciplines, have linked the idiom derived from the fable crying wolf with the phenomenon that's now described as alert or alarm fatigue. Anybody tired? Anyone? Anyone else tired? Hearing the same thing over and over again? Same thing over and over again? Hey, MK. Hi, honey. Yeah, same thing over and over again. Whether it's live streams about a certain creator or whether it's, I don't know, it's all over the place. When is the UFO disclosure going to happen? When is the government going to come out and tell us that we're not alone in the universe? That, of course, that's one of my favorite alleys. That's right up my wheelhouse. Hey, Karen Hick. Hi, baby. Or, it's war. Oh my God, there's another one. All right. And it's been going on forever. So am I supposed to be freaked out today? Am I more freaked out than I was tomorrow? It's like, which DEF CON are we on right now? I mean, it's really at a point where I start thinking, "Motherfucker, I can't get any DEF CON higher, okay? Can we just stop?" So we get fatigued at that stuff. Is SG here? SG, hi, honey. Hi, I haven't seen you for a while, sweetheart. I'm so glad to see you back around. Okay, so we get tired of that. And what ends up happening is brain says, "No, I don't want any more. Don't want any more thinking. I don't want any more crap," right? Because, Karen, I don't have rabbits. I don't have any animals right now, but I love the bunnies. Love the bunnies and the cats. Bunnies and cats. But anyway, our brain gets so tired of just freaking out and trying to figure out What's really serious? What do I need to pay attention to? What do I not need to pay attention to? And we just kind of dial tone out. Basically, it's a human condition. We feel comfortable with familiar, and we gravitate towards familiar. So, oftentimes, like you see on my thumbnail there, it's a little frog inside of a pot of boiling water. We all know that story, that if you try to put a frog in a pot of boiling water, it's going to jump out and say, oh no. But if you put a frog in a pot of cold water, turn up the heat until it's boiling, frog's not going to jump out. Because why? Because it's gotten used to it. Because our reality becomes what we believe to be true. Am I right? Did I make you quit philosophy, Cash? I don't think so there, buddy. But it is. I mean, I have a lot of time on my hands, obviously. Oh, by the way, I have to run my disclaimer, especially since I'm wearing my lab coat. I am not a licensed professional, and all information presented is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional advice. Before undertaking anything presented here, please consult with your healthcare professional. Amen. What are you saying here? You thought you'd like change, but you were lying to yourself? Ooh, that's deep. That's deep. Oh, I want to show you something. This is my new thing. Ready? Because I love it. Ready?
Hear about that? Yeah. Trust me, rabbit is good, rabbit is wise.
Yes. In my opinion, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Here's the deal with this, yo. And I kind of... Oh, you're talking 1999. Got it. Okay. So I kind of called this Until It Happens to You, right? So, like I said, we gravitate towards the familiar. We like the things, being autistic, I could probably eat the same thing every day. And like Einstein, I could probably have like 9 sets of the exact same clothes just so I could change it to something clean, but not have to make a decision. And we're all kind of like that. Hey, Okie. We're all kind of like that. And I want you to start thinking about these things, right? We're on alert fatigue. We're on alarm fatigue. So daily we're hearing stuff about war. Gaza, Israel, Ukraine, Russia, United States, Venezuela. Trump has stopped 7 wars, according to him. Who knows? There was a thing there for a minute between Iraq and Israel. Then we had the thing between Pakistan and Turkey. I don't know. People beefing, countries beefing all the time, and we can see all the ads for the people starving and the houses that are bombed out and all that stuff. And we can say to ourselves, oh, that's horrible. Isn't that bad? Oh, gosh. Or when we see things like, remember the Black Lives Matter movement? And when we saw George Floyd being beaten up, dude kneeling on his neck, and then groups spoke up and said, this is systemic, this is bad. And we had people that said, oh yeah, that's bad. That's bad. Or homophobia, transphobia. When our LGBTQIA brothers and sisters are being targeted, they're being bullied, they're being beaten up, they're taking their own lives because of the hate that they experience. And sometimes the hate is just sheer ignorance, and sometimes it's overt. But the point is, we can look at that and say, oh, isn't that awful? Oh, gosh. But, and here's the important thing. People typically don't get involved, don't get, quote, passionate. I'm doing air quotes, passionate about a subject until they are affected, until it directly affects them. It's all good to cut Medicare, Medicaid, and it's all good to ship out immigrants, and it's all good to do whatever the topic of the day is until you are directly affected. Awakened by the Looking Glass Reflection. Gosh, I love that name. Did we just become best friends? Oh my God. Okay. So basically, what ends up happening is until we're affected, it's like we're ostriches with our head in the sand. We don't see what's going on. La, 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 la. Got our fingers in our ears. So I want to talk to you, and this is where we get nerdy. You know me. It's not cool. I'm old, so I don't have anything like original and fabulous, but I do say talk nerdy to me. So I want to talk to y'all about something called a cognitive bias. DBDD. Cognitive bias. And I'm lazy, I'll get out, so I'm just going to share the Wikipedia on it, okay? Let me see if I can make this bigger. Oop, no. Can I make it bigger? Big. Oh, wool. That just made me sick. Okay. So let's figure out what it is. And I love this. For common errors in logic, and see list of fallacies. So that should give you a pretty good idea about what this is about. In psychology and cognitive science, cognitive biases are systematic patterns of deviation from norm and or rationality in judgment. They are often studied in psychology, sociology, and behavioral economics. A memory bias is a cognitive bias that either enhances or impairs the recall of a memory. Either the chances that the memory will be recalled at all, or the amount of time it takes for it to be recalled, or both. Or, or that alters the content of the reported memory. I'm bringing this up because we can go on a lot of channels. Okay, I'll do scorpion and frog in a minute. Hang on. But whether we've watched true crime where they reported something that's wrong, or they put some sort of weird slant on it, a speculation or something. Or it could be a YouTube creator on creator. Well, I remember when you said X, Y, and Z. Yeah, that could be a memory that was altered. That's why explanations, including information processing rules, mental shortcuts. This is called heuristics. Don't you love big words, heuristics? That the brain uses to produce decisions or judgments. Biases have a variety of forms and appear of cognitive, which is cold bias, such as mental noise, motivational hot bias, or such as when our beliefs are distorted by wishful thinking. And if you've ever seen me in a chat, and anybody here, you hear me say all the time, two things can be true at the same time. Hashtag team everyone sucks. Okay. Both effects can be present at the same time. Oh. Where did I go? Oh, God, help me. Oh, Lord have mercy. My mouse was running all over the desk. Okay. So our memories could be a cold bias. That's something like, I don't believe what you're saying because I don't believe you and I think you're a big dummy head. Or it could be a hot bias, which is basically the same thing. Mental noise, which means that you're thinking about so many things. The little hamsters are running around the wheel so quick in the brain that you're not really paying attention. You're a doer. You get involved even if it doesn't affect me. Oh, SG, that's fabulous. I am so glad. We need more people like you. Okay. So there are also controversies, and I'm going to say this the British way because I love it. Controversies. There are also controversies over some of these biases as to whether they count as useless or irrational, and whether they result in useful attitudes or behavior. For example, when getting to know others, people tend to ask leading questions. A leading question is a question that suggests a particular answer and contains information the examiner is looking to have confirmed. The use of leading questions in court to elicit testimony is restricted in order to reduce the ability of the examiner to direct or influence the evidence presented. Blah, blah. Okay. So, people tend to ask leading questions, which seem biased towards confirming their assumptions about the person. However, this kind of confirmation bias has also been argued to be an example of a social skill in a way to establish connection with the other person. Although the research overwhelmingly involves human subjects, some studies have found bias in non-human animals as well. So the aliens, oh, Miss Aries, welcome, honey. Welcome. So have found bias in non-human animals. So evidently the rats, pigeons, and monkeys have loss aversion, which means that I think I'm going to lose something. So I'm not going to remember it the correct way, so that way I don't lose it. And hyperbolic discounting. This is where we're going here, guys. In economics, hyperbolic discounting is a time inconsistent model of delay discounting. It's one of the cornerstones of behavioral economics, and its brain basis is actively being studied by neuroeconomic researchers. So when people say, "Oh, they're simping for, they're sweeping for," people who see something that they don't like, and then what they do is their friends kind of do the hyperbolic discounting of it. No, that's not what they meant. Cash needs time out. Hey, Patrice, change. Never be the bystander. Risk embarrassment. That's what everybody says. Nope. Maybe. Nope. I'm trying to find something here. Anywho. So, never be the bystander for risk of my feelings. Yep, that's true. So, this is really cool. I'm going to drop it. In the chat, and then I'm going to post it in my description. But what I want to talk to y'all about is the fact that because we are social animals, there I am. We're social animals. So we go along to get along. And the thing is that if we've been surrounded by, and this could be at work, it could be at school, it could be on YouTube channels that you guys like to hang out in. You like the person, and they might do or say something absolutely, oh my God, can we actually go there? Did they really do that? Was it that real life? Did they really say? that kind of thing. And it sort of sloughs off because, you have a history of this person and they've been pretty good and they've told the truth and all that kind of stuff. So you let it slide. And then it happens again. And it happens again. And some people get uncomfortable and decide not to hang out there. And I personally know this because I have walked away from several channels that I used to enjoy, but because the direction and the narrative has changed, is it something that I don't agree with, I had to go. Because the longer you stay, it's like that frog in the pot of water that's slowly beginning to boil until it's too late. So I want to talk to you guys. No, is that I want you to be aware of here. There it is. That's my thumbnail. See the froggy? It's a froggy. Is it happening to you? Is it happening to you? Is something within you saying this isn't right? I don't agree with that. And here's the thing, y'all. Repetition of saying something does not make it true. Because somebody says something over and over and over again, you've got something within you that's going to say, yeah, no, that's not true. Listen to yourself. Listen. Where did I go? Yep, there it is. I hate that. Oh, SG, hi. Okay, fine. Scorpion and frog. Jeez Louise. Okay, here's the story of the scorpion and the frog. And you people that are empathetic, that give a lot of grace and kind of look the other way and really trying to... Did you say Bella was here? Sorry. Oh, no. That's kindness is free. Sorry. Yes, that's the membership emoji. That kindness is free. Okay, scorpion and frog. Here we go. So if you're empathetic and you tend to care about people and you want to help and you're there for them and you can be abused by them, here's the story. Okay. So one day there was a frog sitting by the river enjoying the day, and a scorpion came up and said, "Hey, frog, can you give me a ride to the other side of the river?" And the frog said, "Are you freaking nuts? No, you're a scorpion." The scorpion is going, No. Why would I hurt you? Why would I do anything? Because if I did something to you, we both drowned. Don't be silly. And so Frog thought about it. Frog was, really kind, very, very nice. And so Frog says, "Okay, get on the back." So Scorpion climbs on the back of the frog. And the frog starts paddling his way across the river current. And they're like 3/4 of the way there. And the scorpion stings the frog. And the frog is going, WTF? I didn't want to trust you. I did trust you. You promised me that you weren't going to do anything, that we would both be safe. And now you're going to drown and I'm going to die of poison. And the scorpion looked at the frog and said, "What did you expect? I'm a scorpion." Boom. Right? Am I right? Right? I could do my prayer garden of America. Right? Oh, hide the current comment. Okay. That is what you do. You the frog do. Them damn stairs. Let's get out of blue torch. Get out of blue torch. Well, anyway, that was kind of a condensed version. Like I said, everything I present here is just to make us think, because these are things that I'm thinking of that it's often very, very easy because you like the people in the chat. Miss Leah, hi sweetheart. Because you like the people in the chat and you miss talking to them and stuff like that, but you have to be careful about what you feed your brain and your spirit. So if it's starting to feel ucky, walk away, unsub. That's what I do. That's what I've done, is I just unsub. I don't even get them in my notifications. And if it comes up in my recommendations, I go, F you, YouTube. I don't want to see that. So, okay, I said it wrong. What it says, no, you don't. Why did you sting me? I am a scorpion. That's what I do. Okay, I stand corrected. I stand corrected. Please accept my sincere apologies. Oh, Rapper, if you're going to be a good boy, you can stay. Otherwise, my mods have wrenches. But you know me. Rapper is usually a good boy when he's here. So I'm cool. YT is oh, hi. Okay, so Ms. Aries actually joined the membership, which I appreciate so much. So much. You have no idea. So I'm going to say thank y'all.
See what I did?
You so totally rock, Squirt! So give me some fin. Noggin. Dude.
Thank you for joining membership. It does mean a lot, especially since YouTube has a tendency to demonetize every single freaking one of my live streams so that I don't get the AdSense from Google. Cash be nice. Yeah, come back to the channel to see if you see a positive change. Oh, we invaded your OCD. What? Cash. Okay. Alrighty. Anyway, no, so it doesn't matter what I play. I could fair use the living government out of it. And for some reason, they still, say, no, it's a copyright, can't be monetized. So I never, ever get AdSense. Not like it's going to actually pay for my Ferrari. But it's frustrating. It's frustrating. So joining memberships, throwing cash apps at me, super chats, it all helps because I do have some expenses that go into this. And then, of course, I have other expenses to live. I'm sorry, Cash. I'm sorry. But this is going to freak you out, okay? This is going to freak you out. And I know that this is the part that you guys love that you love. You know what time it is? You know what time it is?
It's time to sigh and roll your eyes. Put on that plastic smile. It's time for weird shit that Grandma talks about.
Hi, Em. How are you, sweetheart? Oh, yes. It's time for weird shit that Grandma talks about, and we need to talk about this because if I just keep going on and on about the people-y thing, because really I could take days on end to do something. Oh, you saw many Nemos. I love Nemo. Yeah, because if I just kept focusing on this, because I've been doing some research and stuff, and I don't want these to be too heavy because I really want us to eat the elephant one bite at a time. So I'm just presenting some stuff to you that I'm thinking about, that I'm learning about, and then you guys can look it up yourself, You can think about it. Please make sure to like. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I appreciate that. Ready? Weird shit that Grandma talks about. Crap. No. Stop. I had it pulled up. Okay, I'm not going to be able to do it big, okay? But I do want to show it to you that it's actually, yeah, okay. This was the thing that I found on Facebook, and you know how accurate Facebook is, right? My week's going pretty good. We don't eat the tusks. No, we eat the elephant one bite at a time, but we don't eat the tusks because they're too crunchy. Anyway, this says Japanese scientists have made a major breakthrough in treating Parkinson's disease by successfully implanted, wait for it, lab-grown brain cells into patients. This innovative therapy uses induced pluripotent stem cells, or the IPS cells, which are reprogrammed to function as dopamine-producing neurons, the key cells lost in Parkinson's disease. In early tries, patients who received the transplant showed improved movement, and brain scans confirmed that the new neurons were producing dopamine, a critical neurotransmitter for motor function. If further studies prove successful, this breakthrough could lead to regenerative treatments for Parkinson's and potentially other neurodegenerative disorders. That's fabulous. I'm so glad things like that are coming around. What are we saying? There are times it's very hard to do the right thing, but I have to live with myself. Yes. OYT. Yeah. I'm trying to balance out the tinfoil hat weird shit with other stuff because it seems to be what you guys want. But check this out, yo. Check this out. Okay. One moment, please. And y'all remember the game Pong? Remember Pong? It was a boring little coffee table looking game, you know. And one person sat on one side, one person sat on the other side. There's a thing that went back and forth. A little Pong boy. Yeah, we are going tinfoil hat. I can't help it. I can't help it. I have to go tinfoil hat. Because it's me. I'm being authentic and organic. Those words make me want to vomit. Authentic and organic. Steph B. Nicole B. Hi, baby. Okay, ready? So, what? Can we see this? Yes, we can. No. What's going on? Oh, sorry. I'm like an idiot. Alrighty. Geoengineering is now a mainstream topic. And do not ever call me a tinfoil. Do not ever call me a tin hat ever again. No, baby, me. See, look. Because people say some of the stuff that I talk about is just too weird. It's too out there. It's like, whatever, weird shit. So they kind of tease me about being tinfoil hat. But here's my members emojis. It's a roll of tinfoil, so you can make your own shampoo. And then my little cat, my tinfoil hat cat. Thank you, Cash. Oh, you don't have to go anywhere, honey. Honey, you don't have to go anywhere, okay? I'm not going to get angry over stuff like that. So We can talk later. I'm going to say thank you. Thank you, Cash, for the super chat.
$1 million.
Okay, so the game Pong that we all remember from, I guess, the 70s. Cash, please stay. All right. Let me get rid of that comment. Check this out. Okay, so this little petri dish looking guy, they're growing brain cells in there. It's actually stem cells. Oh, you guys are talking stuff. Oh, I'll check. Aluminium. Tin has different properties. Sixth sense, Amelia. That's what I love about you. Kia ora, honey. Okay, so here's the thing, right? Researchers have grown brain cells in a lab that have learned to play the 1970s tennis-like video game Pong. Let that sink in. That little petri dish with the brain cells, with the no bodies, it's learning to play Pong. Awake by the looking glass. Yeah. Feeling hoppy. Okay, so writing in the journal Neuron, Dr. Brett Kagan of the company Cortical Labs claims to have created the first sentient lab-grown brain in a dish. I don't know about you. That's terrifying to me. Not only are they growing brains in a dish, but here we go. They and I'm going to do this with no sound, okay? Because I'll share this. All right, I'll share this. Bing. No. I'm trying to get this. No, not that one. I want to show this to you. Hey, JP. Hi, honey. Thanks for coming in. Okay, ready? Okay, ready? Yeah, we're gonna let me show you this. Okay, we got to get back here because you're gonna love this. All right, and no. So here's the Pong game. In vitro neurons learn and exhibit sentience when embodied in a simulated game world. Okay. Oops. I don't know what that is. There we go. So before it was foreskin cells. They put it in a thing. It turns into stem cells. And yeah, that's by now. See, foreskin cells, stem cells. So Google engineer who thinks that this can be used for AI. Guys, for AI. That's unnormal. That seems very fast. But anyway, so weird shit that grandma talks about. The growing brain cells. Now that I think about it, that's my evil megalomaniac laugh. Maybe we can actually, I don't know, install some brain cells in some people. You know what I mean? Yeah. Install some brain cells too. I don't know. Okay, two more things, and then I'll let you go. How long have I been on? Too long, Grandma. Sit down, Grandma. Yeah, burden. Yeah, they take foreskin cells when little babies are circumcised. They take those and then they make stem cells. By the way, Poppy, hi, sweetheart. Anyway, yeah. So, alrighty. So 2 more things, and then we go away. And here we go. Ready? Let me see here. Da-ba-da-ba-da-da, doo-be-doo. Rubber ducky, you're the one. Do-do-do-do-do. Oh, squirrel. Sorry. Sorry. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Bing. Ready? Okay. This, I don't know if you guys know Arctic Fox True Crime. He is like super consistent, super on the ball when it comes to missing people, and not just children. Okay, not just children, missing people. And so, mods, if you guys have, I'm going to drop this because this is the change.org and it's probably too long. No, it's not. Woo. Okay, so he has a petition at change.org. I've already signed it. But check this out. The issue. As a YouTube creator that covers the missing, it has become increasingly apparent that our Amber Alert system is broken. We know that Amber Alerts work because statistically speaking, when an alert is issued, the child is found within 24 to 48 hours. Why? Because we have the entire community round about us looking. The issue at hand is the rules and regulations regarding which children get an alert and which do not qualify varies from jurisdiction to jurisdiction. Also, too many children are left voiceless without any alert. So what I'm proposing is that anytime a child 18 or younger goes missing, an alert with the child's age, description, last known location, etc. goes out. This is for all missing children, including runaways, whose cases are far too often not taken seriously by law enforcement. This would be a standard protocol across all cities in the 50 United States. And it's time that all children get a voice. Yes. What? Who's hungry? Who's hungry? Yes, he is dedicated and he's making a difference. Bless his heart. What looks like guacamole? The brain cells look like guacamole? I'm catching up in chat. Have you actually seen the things Congress has approved funding for research on? China laughs at us. Girl, want to know about the embryos being grown in the fake uteruses, the labs in China? I got links for days. Taco Tuesday. Woohoo. Okay, so yeah. The thing is that like Tennessee, when Summer Wells went missing, boom, Amber Alert. But in Idaho, when Monkey Vaughn went missing, they pleaded, please issue an Amber Alert. If anybody has seen him, if anybody can help us, please put an Amber Alert out. And Idaho State Police said no, because, their criteria in Idaho at the time, and I believe it's changed, don't quote me because I don't know shit, but they said no because they didn't have a car and they didn't have the description of a license plate. So they said, no, we can't do that. So that's what this is for. Now actually Brandy's doing good. I haven't heard if she's gone home yet, but she had the liver transplant and she was moved out, after her surgery, and she was doing good. So if I hear anything else, I will put it on my community post or whatever that thing's called. Oh, thanks. Yes, Arctic Fox is really okay. He's going to speak his mind. And you might not agree with everything he says, but as a grown-up, if you see through to his heart that he wants to find these missing people, he wants to avoid these families going through all the pain and the fear and everything. Yeah, I like the fact that oh, ironic. It's Wednesday there. Are you down under? Are you down under? Because my Amelia's, I don't know if it's technically down under, but it's kind of that area. It's New Zealand. But anyway, okay, squirrel. Okay, so people say, well, you know, the thing is that remember at the beginning of the live, I was talking to you about alarm or alert fatigue. People are saying that if we get an Amber Alert over every child that's gone missing and this found blah, 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 you know, we're just going to ignore them. Honestly, I would rather my phone bing, 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 a dozen times a day because a kid's gone missing. Because I honestly think that if Monkey had a an Amber Alert, that people who saw him that day would have been able to call in. Twist happened. Yeah, baby. And this dang. I just inhaled my spit because that's how talented I am. This is actually my petition. It's been up here for like, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years. So far, I have 15 verified signatures. All right. So this is to urge Google and YouTube to remove the top chat default in live streams. Because I'll go through 30 minutes and I'm a mod. You know, I'm a mod at 873 channels. But I'll be sitting just as a subscriber watching a live stream and when there's talking about, oh, so-and-so, yeah, I agree with blah, and I'm not saying so-and-so. Why? Because I'm in top chat. So I remind you guys all the time that, go to live, all chat, whatever. So here's the issue. Here's the issue. As an avid user of YouTube's live stream feature, I've experienced firsthand the frustration of missing out on numerous comments due to the platform defaulting to top chat. This is a common issue that many users face, causing us to miss out on real-time interactions and discussions. YouTube's top chat filters out potential spam and less relevant message, but it also inadvertently silences many voices in the process. In contrast, live chat or all chat displays all comments as they come in, fostering a more inclusive environment. And this is me nerding out. According to Statista in 2020, over 70% of YouTube watch time comes from mobile devices. This means that a significant number of users are potentially affected by this issue every day. By removing the top chat default option during live streams on phones and replacing it with either live chat or all chat options, we can ensure that no comment goes unnoticed. We call upon Google and YouTube to make this change for their global community of users who rely heavily on these platforms for communication during live events. So I'm going to drop this. If you want it, since you're out there signing. Okay. Boom. Paste. There, that's mine. Yeah, it's probably too big. Is it too big? Too big. Is it? No, it went. Cool beans. Cool beans. Yeah, pretty much that's it. That's it. I haven't actually shown anything that had sound on it except for my new thing. Oop, click the wrong thing. No, that's the wrong one. Betty White is sick of your shit. Where's my new thing? Here it is. Ready?
Sure about that? Yeah. Trust me, rabbit is good, rabbit is wise.
I love that because he says, "Are you sure about that? Trust me, rabbit is good, rabbit is wise." So some of the things that we talk about, think about it. Not trying to shove anything down the throat. You know what I mean? Hey, evil Queen Yaya. Hi, Ernie. I'm sorry if I missed everybody. I'm sorry. My whole thing, though, I just want to, and I don't think that we're going to be living in utopia, holding each other's hands and skipping through meadows of flowers while rainbows sparkle in the horizon. I'm not looking for that, okay? I'm going to get that when I get to heaven. But while we're on earth, if we can change a little bit of our world around us, the way we interact with it, you know what that does? Is it actually provides an example to other people. If you treat others with kindness, with understanding, doesn't mean you have to be a doormat, don't get me wrong, but if you can handle things a little bit better and people see you handling things a little bit better, it makes for a better world. So let's just human better. Okay? Yeah, you need to take care of you. You're the number one thing because you're the only one that gets to be with you 24/7, 365. Right? Oh my God. Oh, there it is. Okay. I appreciated seeing Arctic post about the new YouTube token system. I'm glad I wasn't the only one to notice. YouTube really means they give a new way to help. Yeah, right. You talk about the hype function. Yes, the hype. Hey, Irish badass. What? It's all rainbows and motherfucking unicorns, baby. Yeah, no, we don't have to have rainbows and unicorns. But, let's not walk around being a total asshole to everyone we meet. Let's not be miserable all day long, 24/7. Let's give yourself some grace and love. Extend that to other people. And then life won't suck as bad as it does right now. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. I think a lot of people, and when someone has a YouTube channel, everybody has a YouTube channel, by the way. If you're chatting here somewhere, you have a channel, whether you believe it or not. You just go to your history, click that little plus thing, and boom, shakalaka, you can go live and let everybody know all about your opinions. That's what YouTube is. And I was kind of encouraged to start a channel. Talk about autism, talk about peopling. Yeah, treat others as you wish that yourself to be treated exactly. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. When it comes right down to it, and I was reading this, I was reading my Bible the other day. And I was reading, Jesus was talking to people. And the Old Testament has the 930,000 laws, that if you wore linen and you had your period, then you had to be unclean for 7 days and sacrifice a sheep and a ram and a goat, and a thing and the blah, all of that stuff. And Jesus boiled it down. He said, there's two things to being, a Christian, to being a good person. And that's Love the Lord God. You're with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind. And the number 2 part, are you sitting? This is going to shock you. The number 2 part is love your neighbor as yourself. Love your neighbor as yourself. And so it's pretty evident that people don't like themselves because they treat other people like shit. Just my opinion, allegedly, for entertainment purpose only. Okay. Do y'all want to talk about anything else? Because if not, I'm going to dip out. I'm going to dip out. Maybe find, I've been watching shows about royal jewelry, like tiaras and crowns and all that stuff. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. I got 100,000 things I can talk to you guys about. Not gonna do it today. Not gonna do it. You know, and if out there you call out people, you cyberbully guys, you people taking vulnerable information that you found in the background and you're using it against somebody, you need to sit down, have a hard look at yourself. You know, bullies and assholes don't think they're bullies and assholes. Everybody wants to be loved. Everybody wants to be understood. Wait, I'm seeing some pretty interesting stuff here. What are we saying? The few who refuse to monetize, like Arctic Fox in Burden of Proof and the good for profit, still held back. How ironic. The ones who are solely here to bring awareness are the very ones still not being seen. Ironic is the kindest word for it. Yeah, here we go. Badass. What are you saying? The channels that lie and grift are perpetually forever stuck in pixel purgatory. Leave them in the rear view mirror of your life. Yes, sir. Yes, exactly. Oh my goodness. Oh, but what I was saying though is, people if somebody calls you out, and I'm just saying, the creators, YouTube people that are out there with all your opinions flapping in the breeze and what you think, and you're taking subscribers' comments and you're making a live stream and calling them effing bees with the stupid idiot dummy heads, all of that stuff. You know what? Y'all need to be looking at some stuff, yo. Look at yourself, because if it hurts, if it pisses you off, if it bothers you, there's probably some truth in that you need to be listening to. And you know what?
I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Boom. Most of them can't handle the truth. Not one pay link. Okay, that's not me though. That's not me. Just want to make clear, I'm totally monetized. I accept super chats. I accept everything. Totally Griffmas, 12 months a year. 12 months a year over here. But you know what you're not going to see? And if I ever go down this road, y'all slap me upside the head and say, Grandma, snap the fuck out of it. Okay? You're not going to see me going full on drama and screaming and crying and calling people blah, blah, blah for money, because I've seen a lot of people doing that. They see the gravy train, they jump right on. Still waiting for an exposed stream about your uniboob? Uniboobs unite. The internet is forever. How anyone could have any moral compass knowing they have done that crap for clicks and views. What? No, what? No, what? Is it? Yeah, okay. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. The meanness is getting to me. Exactly. It has been awakening stuff. You expect your uniboob to be trending in 2026? Badass. I mean, you know me. I'll do what I can. If we want the uniboob trending, I will totally hashtag it. Irish Badasses Uniboob, in my videos, whatever you need, baby. Just let me know. Oh, it is gross. Yeah. Well, oh, I took a huge step back, and I just decided I'm gonna unsubscribe from a bunch of stuff because I was the frog in the lukewarm water, starting to feel like a hot tub, got some bubble going, it's feeling good, feeling good. And then I realized that, it's boiling. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. You love what the Bible teaches you? Me too, honey. You're of the mindset, your greater concern is for the children's feelings than adults. I don't want to be perceived as being part of fighting. Yeah. I don't know if you guys actually solidarity, girl. Yeah. Uniboob matters. But I was a part of that, and they think you can take steps. Like I said, you can unsubscribe. You can say, no, I'm not going to watch that anymore. Or you could be like some people who go in and state their opinion that so and so is being a duty head, and that's wrong. And part of the cognitive bias that we were talking about earlier is that it doesn't break until they're shown empirical evidence. Those are the receipts. So we call them that on YouTube. Receipts of, yes, this is what you said. So what you're saying right now is not the truth. It seems so obvious as intentionally decisions to give the views whiplash. You're speechless. That they either didn't feel the pain or choose to say how much they loved it and all the issues it can bring. Yeah. It's just, it's weird as hell. But you know what? Remember, okay, at the beginning of the stream, I told you that we are most comfortable with what is familiar. And we will gravitate and attract what is familiar. It's like me. I was raised in a dysfunctional household. Absolutely. But you know what? I didn't know that wasn't normal. I didn't know that the way I was living, the way I was being forced to live, and some of the abuse that I endured, because when I told people about the abuse, they didn't believe me. Okay? They didn't believe me. So as a kid, I didn't know that was wrong. I didn't know it was different. I thought it was normal. So the thing is that when you are you're so involved with something that's wrong, that was morally, 6 months ago, a year ago, or whatever, you would look at it and say, oh, hell no, I'm not going to go there. Now it seems okay because we've been exposed to it for such a long period of time in little doses of this poison that finally gets to the point where we're kind of addicted to it. We're dopamine addicted to this stuff. And you also get to all sorts of things. Unhealed people bleed hate. I like that. They do. They bleed hate. Hurting people hurt people. That's your refrigerator magnet for tonight. Hurting people hurt people. It's true. It's true, but we hear things that are true so many times, and then we hear people talking about that, that's overdone, that's, cliche, that's whatever. And it loses its meaning. It's like, okay, here we go. I'm going to do the Bible again. The Bible says in the end times that people are going to say that good is evil and evil is good. So the things that we used to hold as being good, as being justice and fairness and respect and kindness and compassion and things like that, those kind of things are now going to be called evil. And the things that we used to think were bad, we called them evil. They were bullying and violence and all that kind of stuff, that now those things are being called good. And is the way it's twisted. Can't use a broad brush. Exactly, Twist. Exactly, baby. You can't use a broad brush. I say it all the time. Two things can be true at the same time. Somebody can be a total jerk face and not be supported in some of the stuff they say or do, but that doesn't mean it's okay for you to target them, to victimize them. Did y'all see that girl that was stabbed in the subway? What are we saying? The other interesting position is that the same exact experience can affect two individuals in two totally different ends of a spectrum. Exactly. Yeah. But what I'm saying is that like it used to be, I just lost my train of thought. Squirrel. Now pulling into track 12, Grandma's brain. Grandma's brain pulling into track 12. Got it. Got it. Okay. Let me see if I can find it. I'm pulling up my X. Oh, what? No, what? No. Oh, here we go. No, that's not it. That's just somebody talking about releasing repeat criminals. We got to stop doing. Oh, here we go. Her name is Irina Zarutska. She was actually Ukraine. Very lovely. I'm going to share that. Hang on. I'm going to repost it on my X. There's a lovely tribute to her. Oh, here we go. No, that's not it. I have too much crap on my X feed. Oh, there's Lake and Snelling. She's in church. Oh, Law and Crime is doing a thing on her. Oh, come on. Maybe I could just search. Here. Okay, she was stabbed to death on a subway, not at a subway. All right. Here, I'll just show you. I'm not lying. Here we go. This is kind of what it looks like. There are videos out there. See, this says Ukrainian refugee. She left a war-torn country to come here to be stabbed in cold blood It says at Subway. This was not at Subway, the sandwich shop. This was on a Subway. She was sitting there. She was playing on her phone. She had her glasses on. This guy was sitting behind her over here. He stands up, opens up a knife, and stabs her in the neck. They have video of her absolutely shocked and falling over, which I'm not going to show because it's sad. But stuff like that, and then I see people online going, oh, he had mental illness. He had a mental illness, obviously. His mom said he was schizophrenic. Yeah, his mom said he's schizophrenic. Dude had a history of violence, and he's out on his own stabbing women on a subway train. Yeah. WTAF, exactly. Oh, JP, hi. Oh, your heritage is Ukrainian? Oh, that's cool. I actually found a word. No, shut up, Grandma. Too long. I've been here too long. I'm sorry. Because we could just sit here and like yak. You know me. I could just yak all night long. Yeah. Oh, I was talking about how evil is being called good and good is being called evil. Because now, if you're trying to be kind, if you're trying to show some empathy or whatever, people say that you're a wimp, you're a doormat. And then they're looking at these people that are being violent. They're taking out their violence. Oh, as long as, oh, thanks. Yeah, I can yak all night. But they've had, I don't know, the things like in Britain, in the UK, they have gangs raping children. And then when the society stands up and says, yo, that's bad. Don't be raping our little girls. Because it's okay somewhere doesn't mean it's okay here. We think that's bad. And they're standing up and they're protesting against it. Ooh, pierogies. I'm actually drooling at that word. If my busted brain repetitively squirrels side stories, I pray a day never comes where my brain functions and it could ever become contagious. Not an excuse, and his mental illness may not have had anything to do with his actions. We do not know if he was in active psychosis. It doesn't appear that he was. No, but it's going to be used as, so it's like I was living in Los Angeles during the Rodney King riots. Remember those? Rodney King was beaten up by a bunch of cops. They almost killed him. Pretty sure they didn't. I don't remember. I'm sorry. But anyway, so, we're okay, fine. It goes to trial and the cops are let off. The court said, nah, there's nothing criminal on that. They were defending themselves because evidently Rodney King was on PCP and had, he turned into the Incredible Hulk. He was some Marvel superhero. And so the 4 or 5 cops needed to beat the crap out of him. What that did is it triggered people to riot. They were angry that those cops got off when we had video of them doing it to him. This is one of the first cases where we actually had video of something like this happen. And it just, it was horrible. But here's the thing. Yes, those people had every right in the world to speak out against the injustice that just happened, to speak out against those police officers beating a man almost to death. There's excessive force. They have a right to be upset about systemic, bigotry, systemic racism, the targeting and profiling. They have every right to be angry about that. What they don't have a right to do is, and this is what was happening, okay? If you were driving down a street in LA, in a certain streets in the area, and you were not Black, your vehicle was attacked. Businesses were vandalized and looted and burned, just willy-nilly burning stuff and everything because we're angry. That's what we're, because it, like Twist said, it's not a broad stroke. All of these things are nuanced. And I understand that sometimes our government or people are so numb. They're so hard-hearted. Their ostrich heads are buried so far up their ass that they don't see what's going on. And it takes something big, something huge to get their attention. Well, the government shut down all the mental hospitals and made the court system responsible and left us all vulnerable. Yes, they did. YT, they sure did. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So it's the kind of thing that we have to try and recognize the injustice, to recognize the hurt, to try to make a difference without going so far that we're hurting ourselves and other people. And I think that's what's happening right now all around. All around. Team everyone sucks. Yeah. Shut up, Grandma. Okay. All right. I got it. I'm going to play my outro. Of course, it has helplines. If you just need somebody to talk to, you don't have to be on the ledge. You don't have to be at the end of your rope, because they have resources and they have really neat people that just want to talk to you. JP, I don't know if you can see this, but YT is Asso said, you can block me for eternity, but I still adore you. And speaking of my my closing video, my outro, a follow-up or a type of update on a prior stream discussing some social media platforms stating they were introducing age verifications. Yes. So here's the thing. Reach out and touch someone. Oh no, wait, that's AT&T long distance. Never mind. But there are helplines during my outro video, in every video description that I have, on my about section. All of that is available. And I'm pretty useless on the whole, but I'm a dang good listener, man. I'm on Discord, Grandma Sherry. I think it's all crammed together. My email address, talk to Grandma Sherry, the number 2 at Grandma Sherry, gmail.com. If you, just whatever. Sometimes I'll kiss your ass, but usually I'm going to tell you the truth. Know what I mean? Okay. Did I say thank you to everybody? Cash and Miss Aries. Yes. Thank you. So, I don't know. This is what, Tuesday? I was going to go live last night, but I had to get up at like 4 a.m. and take my friend in for a big cardio thing with the, doctors and the yeah. We all need some healing time. So babies, just think about it. Okay? And shut up, Grandma. Okay. All right. Fine. Oh, by the way, I don't know if I think JP left, but my exit music is from JP. I love you all.